Good morning, class. We will be discussing about the project plan for household linen. For our objectives, we have first, prepare project plan for household linens, and second, identify supplies, materials, and tools needed for the project plan. Before we proceed to our main topic, let's define first the following words. First, we have objectives, and second one, we have outline and silk, and also cotton and project plan, and the last one is the design. Objectives, it is an aim, your goal, or the end of an action. Outline, a line or a set of lines enclosing or indicating the shape of object in a sketch or a diagram. While the silk, it is a delicate, soft type of cloth made from thread produced by silkworms or the thread itself. Cotton fabric, it is one of the most commonly used types of fabrics in the world. This textile is chemically organic, which means that it does not contain any synthetic compounds. Class, I want you to look at the picture. This is the example of the first sewing projects. So, why do we need to have a project plan? Simply because for us to ensure the quality of our project, because there is a need to have some skills in sewing projects, because we need to produce an accurate and to ensure the quality of the finished product. Now, class, we will have our pre-test. Multiple choice. Read and encircle the correct answer from the given choices. Number 1. This cloth is suitable for cold season. It is usually used in making jackets, bedsheets, and sweater. A. Cotton. B. Silk. C. Linen. D. Wool. Number 2. The fabric comes from the flax plant. It is the oldest kind of fabric. It is cool and absorbent. A. Linen. B. Synthetic. C. Silk. D. Wool. Number 3. This fabric is smooth, durable, and absorbent. It is appropriate for tropical climate. It can be used in making hand towel, pillowcases, handkerchiefs, bed covers, and other home furnishings. A. Cotton. B. Silk. C. Linen. D. Synthetic. Number 4. Made from man-made fibers woven into different fabric like rayon, banlon. This cloth can be easily washed and dried. A. Cotton. B. Synthetic. C. Silk. And D. Wool. Number 5. This is an expensive fabric. It is quite difficult to cut and sew because of its fine, smooth, and lustrous texture. A. Cotton. B. Silk. C. Linen. D. Wool. Number 6. It is a list of tools or materials that you already have. In what parts of project plan it is? A. Evaluation. B. Procedure. C. Materials and tools needed. D. Sketch. Number 7. Parts of a project plan in which it states the goal that you aim to achieve. A. The name of the project. B. The procedure. C. The objectives, or D. The sketch. Number 8. Serves as a guide for the person to know how the final outcome of the product should look like. A. Evaluation. B. Name of the project. C. Materials, and D. Sketch. Number 9. Found at the top of the part of a plan. A. Materials and tools needed. B. Objectives. C. Name of a project, and D. Procedure. Number 10. Part where you list all the instructions you must follow order to accomplish your project. A. The name of the project. B. The procedure. C. The objectives. And last, letter D. Sketch. Now let's answer the looking back. Direction. Identify the 5 tools and materials in sewing in the picture below and give its uses. Write your answer on the space provided for. Making your own household linens can save money. You can also exercise your creativity by producing the design that you really like. Some of these can sold to augment the family income. What do you want to make? The following are the guidelines to consider in planning a project. Now, if you are planning a project, first, once you have chosen your design, list the materials that you are going to use. And then after that, use the fabric most suitable for the project. So, third, plan the steps to be followed in making the project. You have to make a plan. And then fourth, prepare the sewing tools, materials, and sewing machine before starting the project. Class, here are some of the household linens. We have centerpiece, table napkin, table runner. We also have the tablecloth. Then, we also have the pillowcases and hand towel. And last, we have bed sheets. Now, class, be sure you are aware of the different types of fabric. And the design of the fabric should be also appropriate to the project. And the texture of the material should also be considered. Different kinds of fabric we have: the cotton fabric, the wool, the silk, the linen, and synthetic. Cotton fabric, this cloth is smooth, durable, absorbent. It is appropriate for tropical climate. It can be used in making hand towel, pillowcases, handkerchiefs, bed covers, and other home furnishings. The wool, this cloth is suitable for cold season. It is thick and slightly rough. It is usually used in making jackets, bed sheets, and sweater. Silk fabric, this is an expensive fabric. It is quite difficult to cut, so because of its fine, smooth, and lustrous texture. The linen, this fabric comes from the flax plant. It is the oldest kind of fabric. It is cool and absorbent. Synthetic, made from man-made fibers woven into different fabrics like rayon, banlon. This cloth can be easily washed and dried. Now, what are the kinds of fabric? So, we have cotton, wool, and silk. We also have the linen and the synthetic. Hints in preparing the fabric. First, soak the cotton and the linen fabric overnight in the water to shrink it and soften before cutting out the pattern. Linen fabric can shrink up to 6% and may cause problems with fitting if not soaked beforehand. Number 2, all other project elements must be preshrunk. These include the zipper, the linings, and the interfacing. Number 3, soak colored fabrics alone since dyes may bleed significantly. Number 4, wash fabric a second time if dye does not stop bleeding. If color continues to run, add 2 or 3 tablespoons of vinegar to the water to allow the color set. Number 5, hang to dry, do not wring. Iron wrinkles when dry. Number 7, check the fibers. Lengthwise fibers warp should be straight. This will ensure the seams and the hem hang straight. Number 8, raw edge or selvage should be trimmed to prevent the fabric from raveling. Iron the fabric if needed. Now, this time class, we will be discussing about the parts of a project plan. What are the parts of a project plan? We have the objective, the sketch, the materials and tools needed, procedure, and last one, we have the evaluation. The name of the project. it should be found at the top part of a plan. The name of the project should be short and concise but must still be able to give the reader an idea. The second one, we have the objectives. The objectives must state the goals, and the goals should be specific and realistic. And it should be ensured that you do not go beyond the expected outcome. The third one is the sketch, found next to or below the name of the title of the project. Serve as a guide for the person to know how the final outcome of the product should look like. The next one, we have the materials and tools needed. This is the list of the tools or the materials that you already have. And then we also have the procedure. This part where you list all the instructions you must follow in order to accomplish your project, and it should be written step by step. And the last one, we have the evaluation. This is to assess or the assessment of your work. It involves collecting and analyzing information about your project.